Hello and welcome to This Movie Sucks.
I didn't want to say it.
But today we're doing a spotlight episode on a movie that doesn't suck.
As we are wont to do.
And so that's roll that cue card, Josh.
Strange decision, but we decided to hell with it.
Nothing stranger.
This title's on the outs anyway.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about
Dead Presidents, 1995, starring Lorenz Tate and Keith David.
Keith David is awesome.
Keith David is amazing.
I
Love
think we
Keith
can all
David.
agree on
legend.
Keith David.
Legend.
I knew him from Spawn. Jack knew him from something else, and Jayson knew him from something else.
I think I probably first saw him in,
Requiem for a Dream.
yes, Requiem for a Dream. Saved me from saying a lot of inappropriate things.
Yeah, that's a good role. Or not morally good, but he does well.
No, but he does it. He does a great
anyone
job.
assumed you meant morally good. That's a morally good role. Christians approve.
And Chris Tucker as well.
Yeah.
Also.
And Michael Imperioli in a small but very dramatic role.
And you two had seen this film before. I'd never even heard of it. It's kind of unknown, Josh, you were saying?
It's a little bit of a forgotten gem, in my opinion. As far as I'm aware, it didn't do super well when it released, because I don't know if I've really met anyone who's ever seen the film. And just for what it does to portray the black communities in the 60s and what they went through, it's amazing. It really is. It's a genre spanning film too, because it goes through several different genres for each act of the film. You've got your kind of high school drama section.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
War movie, and then you've
Got a crime movie, basically.
you got your heist film at the end.
Yeah.
And it somehow they made it work. Every piece flows together beautifully.
It's like oh, God damn
buddy.
it. What is it? The handicapped guy who runs a lot. Forrest Gump. It's like Forrest Gump
It's
for
like not
the
handicapped
African American community.
Yeah.
Except he's not special.
I'm just gonna go with yes. I don't know what any of that meant, but
I'm
yes.
already starting to feel like I shouldn't have watched this film with either of you.
No.
I think it dealt a lot with the dismissal of Vietnam War veterans
Yes.
upon their return as well.
Yeah. I love that.
Also the decay of black communities.
Yep. I love that Michael Sheen made an appearance at the very end.
It's Martin, but sure.
Oh, was it Martin Sheen? Because it's Charlie, Martin, and Michael.
That's
Martin's the dad, though, right?
That was Martin.
They're all dads.
The
It
father
was
of the
Martin
others
Sheen. I don't know what a Michael Sheen is. That's not real.
was Martin, and his character was a dick.
Yeah, that guy. He fought in a real war.
Yeah. That's the one line from the movie I never forgot.
Yeah, because it's fucking mean.
I guess we're bringing back the slap meter. I'm gonna get progressively meaner each time that happens.
Also, this is full of spoilers, so
Yeah.
if you haven't watched the movie, you want to watch the movie and not
Yes.
know exactly what happens.
The non-spoiler review is, it's good. Watch it.
Yeah, and turn this video off, and come back later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please come back later.
So who the main actor?
Lorenz Tate.
Yes, you guys named off some other roles he had. He was really good.
Oh,
we
Menace
had-
to Society. Yeah.
Yeah.
He killed in that.
He's a really good actor.
He was in, what'd you say? Not Powder. What's that movie? Power.
Power. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Not
Powder is the
Power.
other 90s movie about the albino guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? The lightning and he's all... No?
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
It sounds it.
Weird movie.
Is that all? Yeah, because he did such an excellent job.
Really
especially
believable.
Yeah.
portraying
And also
how he
going from,
aged.
portraying how he aged, going from, 17, 18 in the beginning
Yeah.
to then, at least 22, 23.
Juanita.
And actually, I'm going to say probably the costume people did a good job, too, because he was obviously shredded the whole time.
Rip when he becomes
Oh,
a
that
gangster.
too. That
That
too.
was ill, that scene. Sorry.
Slap-o-meter, here we come.
I didn't even notice.
Don't make me reach around Jayson to get at you.
Oh,
too.
God.
But the
I know
hat,
that word.
The, hat. He looks good. Walking down the steamy streets of Brooklyn. Bronx, right?
Northeast Bronx.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I feel like everything that the movie tried to cover as far as the time period, it did exceptionally well. Its portrayal of the Vietnam War was graphic, but at the same time realistic. And, it didn't. I don't know. It didn't go out of its way to linger on it when it didn't need to. It just needed to be that portion of the movie. At the same time, I wouldn't have minded if it lingered because the scenes were really awesome when they were in the Vietnam War. It's just that they had a kind of like an odyssey to tell, this character's journey through life. And I feel like in that way it was
a
almost
short
like
journey.
a classical story, you know what I mean?
Like Forrest Gump.
But good.
Bringing it full circle here, people.
No, but yeah, I mean, honestly,
I love Tom Hanks,
If
but-
it wouldn't be a total steaming pile, they should do like a HBO. If HBO did it.
Wait. You think Forrest Gump is a steaming pile?
No, I was saying they should remake Dead Presidents
When was the
as
last
like
time
an
you saw
HBO
Forrest Gump?
series.
It's not a steaming pile, but it's not as good as I remember.
Mom always said life was
Yeah.
like a box of chocolates.
It's an
That's-
American classic, so
Yeah,
Thank you.
because Tom Hanks is in it, and Tom Hanks is awesome.
true.
And because he meets JFK and Elvis,
Yeah.
which, you know.
Well, you also didn't like Saturday Night Fever, and you like the Star Wars
my-
prequels. So, agree to disagree.
I judge everything Star Wars on a different level. Because it's Star Wars. It's not supposed to be good, it's Star Wars. Or it's not supposed to be good.
Star
traditional
Wars
way. It's
video.
not.
All right,
It's
all
not.
right,
Citizen
all right.
Kane is my
No one who
point.
likes Dead Presidents wants to hear about Star Wars, okay?
Anyway, what
Let's
was the
get
other
that
thing you
outta
said we
here.
liked?
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh yeah, Saturday Night Fever was bad. When was the last time you saw it? The soundtrack, amazing. Love the Bee Gees. But it's a movie about an asshole who lets his best friend get. Oh, can I not say that either?
No. Trigger
And then his other friend, who his whole group of friends has been taking advantage of the entire film, falls and dies. And then they're like, "Yep, well, that's a slice of life in old Americana."
also spoilers for
Saturday Night Fever.
And if that's not the film you remember, it's because you saw the cut version, where it's about a man who dances.
He was originally a scumbag, though.
Yes, racism.
Anyways, Saturday Night Fever is an American classic. I stick by that. But I will say,
He hasn't seen it since he was 8.
I saw it about a year ago, actually, for the first time, and I really liked it a lot. Also, Dead Presidents, I feel, should be an American classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
also a movie that I feel should be shown for Black History Month, and I don't understand why it's never been even talked about.
Yeah, I know.
They
what you
have
mean.
like entire channels on Amazon Prime dedicated to Black History Month. I've never seen that movie come up once.
Maybe on Hulu, but I don't know. I'm just making that up.
I
The
feel
Hulu
like
is a little more mature.
racism.
It does do an incredible job of portraying like an epic kind of tale of this person's life, and he goes off to war, comes home.
Yeah, it's an odyssey.
His home's basically destroyed. It's really sad. It's a very, very sad movie, and it ends very sad as well.
I love the way that it ends on this like dour note,
Tragic.
where they just, and complete spoilers here, the heist goes horribly wrong, and they
Yes.
fail miserably.
Half of them
the
die.
team die. Yep.
They end up
And-
killing like 3 federal guards or something.
Oh, more than that.
And you know,
They kill the 3
if you
bank
kill
cops.
someone during a robbery, the government
That's
doesn't
felony murder.
ever stop coming for you.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
So
And
don't do that, kids.
Yeah. So then the last scenes of the movie, in order, is him bringing up to the judge, that he fought for his country in Vietnam, that he came back and had nothing because most vets didn't, you know.
Especially going back to the Bronx, and his community had been destroyed.
Right. And so
All the money had left.
he was desperate, and
Especially a black vet, and it's the early 70s.
exactly. And the judge basically says, "Shut up," and then gives him.
No. What does the judge say?
He's, yeah, I was in a real war.
I served honorably in the Marine Corps myself in World War II. A real war, I might add.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think he was Southern,
Maybe.
but it sounds like something a Southern person might say.
Yeah. So then, understandably, the lead freaks out, and then we cut.
He throws a chair at the
Yeah.
Yeah.
judge.
I think he says something along the lines of, "F you motherfuckers. I gave my life for this country."
Yeah. And then he proceeds to then really give his life to the country in federal prison.
15 with an L.
Life.
What I was trying to say is that it cuts immediately from this devastating scene of him learning he's getting life in prison to him on a prison bus. The last thing we see is him looking out a window. Boom, done. Dour as hell ending. And
How many white people are on the prison bus?
Pretty much zero. I think there's one tan guy in the front, if we're counting. But I was, as you know now.
I don't know. I thought that might be a point.
Well, I think it was coming from the Bronx. Like, those were all people from that area. So, like, yeah,
Wait, what are you saying?
that not a lot of white people live there anymore. Because there's that scene where Chris Tucker says all the white people are moving out. And then, like,
I've never
a
been there
little
myself.
while later, there's, like, burning mattresses in the street. You know, like,
Chris Tucker plays an excellent PTSD heroin addict,
yeah.
yeah, he does.
Yes.
since we've already warned of spoilers.
And who played Joe, the Italian friend?
I don't know.
With the blown, he got his hand
with his
blown up.
melty
Yeah,
hand.
I don't know. I do
never
know
saw-
that.
I don't never recognized him at all in anything.
I know some people in our audience are a big fan of The Sopranos. The character of Chris Moltisanti in The Sopranos is played by Michael Imperioli, who was in this film, and he gets his dick cut off and put in his mouth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Spoilers.
That does
Anyway,
happen.
he does a great job of kill me.
Yeah,
I can't go home like this.
right.
And he must have been pretty young at the time. Because what was he in The Sopranos, like 27?
I haven't seen The Sopranos.
Gee, my lord.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that scene. I forgot about that scene.
How did you forget?
I'm
Oh,
flashback
and
now.
that is why, if you have to defecate, you take your battle buddy.
Always take your
Always take your battle
Take
buddy.
your battle buddy. Yeah.
Or you're gonna
Even
get
if your
ambushed
friend
by
is burying a head.
Yeah.
I even appreciated the little bits of realism in the film, like the leader of their Vietnam troop there, when they're just sitting down
Lieutenant
having a
Dugan.
conversation. Yeah, Lieutenant Dugan, and he's got these like massive welts on his head from all the bugs, you know, like just
Yeah.
little things like that that they never even mention.
Who played Cleon? Also, their second
Another
in,
famous person, but I cannot remember his
the
name.
second in command of their like group of soldiers. They were recon in Vietnam.
Yeah, they were. It was a
So they
special forces
Were
group.
out on the front lines.
our luck.
I
I
love
just
that-
buried
yeah.
that rock.
His little shrunken head thing is one of my favorite parts of the movie.
He forgot to shrink it.
Because I'm very superstitious, and I thought as soon as they got rid of that head, I knew it was going to be bad news. You got to suffer through the stink. Keep the head.
Stink.
If your crazy combat buddy severs someone's head and keeps it in a bag for good luck,
You suffer through
you
the
just
stink.
you let him keep it.
That's
Yeah.
what I tell my roommate after I get out of the bathroom.
I'm pretty sure your apartment always smells like that.
But I say it anyways.
Ever
He's
since
equally
John
as smelly
left.
as you.
Who, me?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Your roommate.
Probably.
My house is immaculate
um.
through no fault of my own.
Also, I like the way they portray how his neighborhood breaks down. Like, it was kind of violent before he goes to war. Like, he goes to the pool hall and still gets in a fight. Like, it was always the inner city. But when he gets back from Vietnam, it's like really bad. And like, they don't even think twice about. They were kind of like low-level criminals before, but now they're like, there's no way to make legitimate money. So
Everybody in this town knows I only got one leg, and that fool grabbed the wrong one.
What happened to? I'm trying to remember the name of the pimp character.
Cuddy.
Cuddy
Yeah.
from Stone Kettering.
He was a great actor too. He's from a lot of things as well. This
Yeah.
is kind of like a star-studded cast of
It really
black
is.
actors from the 80s, 90s.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
also really appreciated that they set up this paranoia with the lead, you know, where you keep seeing Cuddy coming around and he's worried that his wife is sleeping with him. And then he accuses her and she says, "Is that what you want to hear? Fine." And she says that she is, but they never clarify whether or not she actually is.
Pretty sure she wasn't.
Yeah. The assumption is that she's just saying that to piss him off, but they never clarified because it's like letting that paranoia stick in the air.
Well, she was certainly sleeping with Cuddy while he was gone.
Yes.
She wasn't
admits
giving you all that good loving before, was she?
But she says that they had a relationship.
He says that he taught her, and she does say that they had a relationship.
Yeah.
And then also we know with his PTSD and stuff, he's having a hard time, you know, getting down and dirty. So, you know, is it his kid? Because she's pregnant at that point.
Maybe she was getting that sweet loving on the side. Who knows?
Right.
For
Well, that's
money.
what I liked about it is that they left it anonymous. You know,
Yeah.
they left it kind of vague.
Cuddy was kind of like the local criminal that also gives money to people and supports them. So like he makes himself a fundamental part of the community, so you can't get rid of him, even though he's a bad actor. If you look at it from Cuddy's standpoint, though, the main character is just being selfish.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can
He's like,
understand
I'm
that.
helping you. I'm giving your family money. I'm basically
He
paying for
knows
your
what
daughter's
he's
food."
doing.
Yeah, I know. It's totally awful, but like
He knows what he's doing.
in his world, he's a good guy. You know?
If I start coming around your house, like, oh, I'm not doing anything, but, you know, here's a couple $100.
I'm not doing
Mrs.
anything
John.
though. Yeah.
Jack would just say thank you.
Yeah, because it's me. But if you didn't know me,
Right.
and if not long ago I had been sleeping with his wife,
And he was dressed like a pimp.
and I was dressed awesome,
I mean, he'd probably still say, damn.
Yeah, it's kind of like also a reflection tale through the lens of the African American community of like how badly America stumbled and started to decline after Vietnam and during that era.
It's such a fine line to walk with a film where you're talking about topics, but you also want to have a compelling story. You know what I mean? Like you want to have to me, I'll say it again. The film, more than any film I've seen recently or any modern film, feels like a real odyssey, like an epic. You know, because you're following this character through most of their life. You know, and through that story, they go over so many different time periods and horrible events that happened in those time periods, and they show you the repercussions of it, the tragic aspects, but they never like wallow in it. You know what I mean? Like it's never the purpose of the story. It's just this is what happened as we go along, and we explain the events in chronological order. And I think that is a strength of this movie, and I think it's something that a lot of modern movies have lost. You know what I mean? If they're trying to talk about an issue, they wallow in it. You know, like a puddle. They just flop around in whatever issue they're trying to talk about.
they don't just show it and leave it up to the viewer.
They need you to know that that was impactful and that they knew it was impactful too.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that it's a real shame that this movie isn't more well known, because anyone I've ever shown it to loves it, you know. Well, except my sister, but that's
Well, that was just because of the ending.
yeah, she doesn't like dour endings. But you know, the film was about a dour time and a dour topic. So really, if you had a positive ending, I'm not really sure what the
That
message
would have been
be.
so incongruent.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to pronounce that.
yeah, well, they murdered a bunch of cops and then got away with the money. Woohoo! Positive ending.
Some of the money.
Yeah, they did
Much less. Yeah.
But I mean, $300,000 in the '70s, man. That's got to be like at least a couple million.
I don't know.
Keep speaking.
But it's funny that it was the Cleon character, the guy who, when he's in Vietnam, cuts somebody. He's the son of a preacher,
Man.
but he loses his mind in Vietnam essentially and just like goes crazy. And he's the one who severs someone's head and keeps it as a lucky charm.
And then he's the reason they're caught.
And then he ends up being the reason when he gets back to America, he becomes a preacher too, and his acts all saved. But like the minute the
Keem
main,
Woodbine.
is that his name? Okay, Joaquin Woodbine. I did not. He's in many things, a lot of things. He essentially, the second the main character approaches him about the heist, he's like, he has like 1 second of reservations about it, then he's like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
So like,
and then does nothing.
and then like, but he's actually like kind of a now. He like doesn't. Sorry, oh, you can't say that. He hesitates. Basically he's part of the reason it goes as bad as it does. He's the reason it does. But they end up killing that other black service member who was one of the federal guards of the.
He was
armored
just
car.
a beat cop, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he just happened to be there, and he was just like, "Oh, hey, you waiting on the bus?"
Oh, I thought he had walked away to like go to the store or something. Or, I don't know.
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
And that's why he hesitates. He's like, I couldn't kill this guy. He's just like me. He just happens to have a job, and I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because he's like virtue signaling about not killing the cop and doing this, but because of his actions,
Right.
the cop ended up getting killed.
Yeah, he
and
could have
then
like tackled
everything
him
went
or
to hell.
knocked him out
Yeah,
or something.
Exactly.
But
Or
yeah.
distracted him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And like, hey, can you come with
Or
me?
just pushed him and ran.
Right,
Had to
with,
chase him away.
well, with 2 lookouts, he'd be like, "Oh, I don't feel safe. Can we go to the store?"
Right.
I'm having some bad memories of Vietnam. Like just any sort of distraction and taking him elsewhere.
Right. Yeah. But
he
and
could
then
have pulled a jack and just whipped his pants down and been like,
did that.
He
in Dungeons
is
and
known for
Dragons.
that.
Not real life.
real.
As
life.
far as Josh knows.
But yeah, then all heck ensues.
Mm-hmm.
We're going full PG here.
It's a little late for
Course
that.
correct. At the very end.
I also really like about this film that each of the characters kind of represents a different group of people during the time in the black community. So Chris Tucker is addicted to heroin and suffering greatly, dealing with his PTSD. Juanita's sister, who goes on the heist with them, is in the Black Power movement and Black Panther or some other group like that. And he goes to one of the meetings, and the main character's like, this stuff's kind of whack. It's not for me. But I like how they have all these different people. But Keith, the OG character, he's just like an old school kind of gangster character who's been doing that, lived there.
Like a community man to me. Runs
Yeah.
the pool hall and the
Right.
members game.
Yeah, an OG.
Takes care of like Anthony's not related to him. He just
No.
takes care of like local youth and like I'll show you the ropes.
Yeah,
Right,
he
in
also
a
does
kind
beat
of
the
gray,
crap out of
in like a
Well,
legally
yeah,
gray
because he
area.
owed his-
Yeah.
Owed him money.
And who's the character who he fights in the pool hall? Who kind of is like his nemesis?
Cowboy, played by Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
His
Oh, we never
character's
see
odd.
him again after
Yeah.
they beat
Oh,
the crap out of him in the pool hall.
Oh, after Anthony
Yeah.
comes back. So this guy, Anthony, when he's like 17, 18, the main character, he beats him at pool. And then Terrence Howard doesn't want to pay up, and then beats the crap out of this young kid
Well, he doesn't beat the crap out of him. He just holds him down with a knife to his face.
and cuts him.
Yeah, he cuts his cheek.
Yeah, and anyway, Keith David comes out, rescues him. Like, what are you doing? They throw him out. Anthony comes back from Vietnam.
Wait. What does he say when you throw him out? Don't come back till you get yourself right.
Yeah.
I think he's got to come correct if he comes back. or
Yes,
something
you
like
better-
that.
You come back, you better come correct.
You come back, you come correct.
That's an awesome line.
Anyway, Anthony comes back from Vietnam, and Cowboy tries to start crap with him again. No. Yeah, because Cowboy works for Cuddy,
Yeah, that's why.
and he mentions it.
He's
and Anthony,
basically like, Cuddy been your girl while you was gone.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry, that was a little too British, but
What?
no,
It sounded like that was a little bit of prison.
no.
Anyway, Anthony beats the crap out of him with a pool stick, and it's awesome.
It's a little brutal. Maybe he goes a little. Well, he's messed up stuff.
Boy, Terrence Howard say when he's on the ground, like right before they cut out of the scene, he's like, Oh, goddamn.
It's after that Cuddy shows up at his apartment, I believe, in the hallway and beats his ass.
And he doesn't even beat his ass. He sucker punches him
Yeah, down the stairs.
down the stairs. Attempted murder.
And then holds a gun to him.
I think that's a little later of a scene. I feel like
Well, yeah, no, it's not directly after.
Yeah. That's funny, though. I never realized the cowboy never comes back after that scene.
I mean, he beats him so badly, he's like crippled.
And you think he and Cuddy are going to get their comeuppance, and they never do. I mean,
Wow.
He does.
I would say Cowboy got his comeuppance.
before we wrap up, let's do ratings left to right again.
Man, very little to nothing to complain about. I mean, this is like a 9.95 up. Really, really good film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go 9.5. That's,
Recommended watch?
yeah, certainly. Need to watch. Need to see. NTS.
C.
SEE.
Yeah, but NTSC is never mind. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
8.8. 2 thumbs up. Must see.
8.8, huh? I don't know. It's a hard one because I really love the film a lot. There's only very few things that I would not even change. Just like
Were
further...
the effects practical?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
That was not a CGI penis.
Nope, not at all.
God.
I think I would give this an 8.5 all the way.
He knew he had to go lower than me. He's like, oh, I can't believe it.
8.5 has always been my rating of this film. I think there's very few things that I would change, but there was a couple things I would have liked further explanations of, or I guess a little bit more of the Vietnam scenes, just because they seem so brief rewatching the film.
Yeah, I thought it was like a full third of the film.
Yeah,
Needs to be a 10-episode HBO epic series.
Yeah.
No one's going to be able to outdo, though, what
I know.
those actors
I
did.
know. There are no new
It'd be like trying
modern
to
era
remake-
versions of those
Yeah.
guys.
I'd also hate to see a modern remake of this film.
They would butcher it.
Yeah.
HBO might
absolutely.
be the only people who could.
Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, but they do half the story and then cancel it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they-
some pretty solid ratings, and I think this is a all-around recommended watch. It's a excellent film, and I think it really does the subject matter justice.
Well, that's Uncle Sam for you, baby. Money to burn.
And with that,
Yeah.
any parting words?
Hopefully we'll have a new title soon. This movie didn't suck at all, so it's going to kind of be confusing.
I love you guys. Hang in there.